the disappearance boy of the title is a young man called Reggie. He has that name because he's the member of the illusion act that the audience never sees, but is the one who's crucial to the working of the trick. All you need to know about Reggie is that he's 23, and when he was 3, he contracted polio. He has a built-up boot on his left foot. It's the end of week 2 of the touring gig. Then as now, the new Theatre Wimbledon, bit of a shithole. And as he leaves, Reggie tells the stage doorkeeper that he's going to go for a walk tomorrow, tomorrow being Sunday, along the Thames at Richmond. And the stage doorkeeper believes Reggie, although in fact, Reggie's never been to Richmond in his life. Reggie's real plan for his Sunday is something quite different. Just like he did last Sunday when they arrived and the Sunday before that, he's going to get the first bus that comes along that will take him to Clapham. And then on Clapham High Street, he's going to change on onto the number 28 to Dulwich. Getting off at the bomb site near the bottom of Gypsy Hill, he'll then take the steep pavement up to the gates of the Dulwich and Sydenham Municipal Cemetery, only stopping twice to lean on the wooden handrail to the right of the path and catch his breath. Reggie stands still, listening to the bell of a nearby church as it announces the service. He listens to the bell stop. The day itself is quite cold. There's a weak March sun struggling to emerge through some clouds, and it hasn't really quite made it yet. So he wraps his jacket across his chest. The graves over here on the far side of the cemetery, by the railway, are all relatively recent from the look of things, and Reggie stops occasionally, looks around, and then stoops to inspect one of the bunches of flowers laid on their still white stones. Several times he stops and for some reason just looks round anyway. A small bunch of sugar pink florist's roses catches his eye. It's by far the brightest thing here, and Reg kneels down to see if there's a label attached to the cellophane. Just as he does that, a young woman in a headscarf surprises him by coming round the corner of the gravel path. Reggie hurriedly stands up and dusts off his knees. Her coat is dirty, Reggie notices, and the bunch of daffodils she's carrying is wrapped in newspaper. She looks as though she's got to get back to her family and get the Sunday lunch on sharpish. Reggie returns her smile, but the young woman doesn't stop and walks on past him round the corner. Reggie stands still for a moment and then moves on slowly down his chosen row of stones. Something about that exchange of smiles with the young woman in the headscarf seems to have unsettled him, I'd say, and he doesn't stay long. He limps along, and how odd this cold morning seems to have made his limp more noticeable. And right at the end of the path he's chosen, he arrives at what seems to be his destination. This is a black painted cast iron bench almost hidden within a stand of overgrown holly trees. This seems to be a bit more like it perhaps, and Reggie seems to relax a bit. From here, you see, he can see all the way down that path should anyone approach, but no one can easily see him. Reggie gets out a tin of tobacco and rolls himself a cigarette. He lights it and takes a drag. Like a schoolboy imitating someone he's seen up the pictures, he cups it in his right hand, as if protecting his bag from that still, chilly air. Then he looks at his watch, exhales a wreath of smoke, jams his hand oddly deep into one pocket. He leans back and lifts his face to the appearing sun. Those clouds are parting properly for the very first time, it seems. He even closes his eyes. with both his legs fully stretched out for once, including the one with the boot on, and that hand thrust deep in his trouser pocket, he looks as though I suppose he just wants to be alone. That's what benches in cemeteries are for, aren't they? 2 cigarettes later, the son gives up and goes in again. Reggie shivers, checks his watch. Hearing footsteps on the path again, he quickly tucks both his legs away under the bench and busies himself with a new cigarette. The footsteps turn out to belong to another young man, no limp, dark jacket, but Reg, for some reason, very much doesn't look up as he passes. He hunches his shoulders, clearly willing whoever this young man is to walk on by. Only when the coast is fully clear again does he uncurl his legs and light his finished bag. A cemetery's a strange place to spend a Sunday morning, isn't it? A strange place to go and sit on a cast iron bench with your Sunday best tie on, smoking, looking for all the world as if you were waiting for some stranger to come and find you.